there, Kyle here, and today we are checking out the SENDER Distortion and Fuzz pedal from Fuzz. Alright, hope you guys are doing great out there today. If this is your first time here at my channel, my name is Kyle, and what I do is I almost drop my guitars and I just check out a whole bunch of different gear and I bring you guys along for the ride. So if you're like me and you just genuinely love guitar gear, even if you're not the greatest player, and you like checking out new stuff, you're in the right place. So today we have an offering from my buddy Justice over at Fuzz Pedals. A couple weeks ago on my Facebook page, I made a post saying that I was kind of interested in trying out some fuzz pedals, and Justice hit me up and literally sent me everything that he had. So today we're checking out the SENDER, and the SENDER is kind of a hybrid thick distortion slash fuzz pedal. It's got 3 different clipping modes for 3 completely different voicings. They're gonna give you 3 very different sounds, and for the controls, it's just really stripped down and simple. You've got a volume and a gain. So basically just use this switch here in the middle in order to dictate what type of voicing you want and kind of use the amp as your EQ control. So we are using an old school PV Butcher, which is basically PV's take on a 2203 style circuit, into a PRS Stealth 2x12 cab loaded with vintage 30s. There is an SM57 on those V30s, and in front of the pedal I have an assortment of basically different drive pedals in order to hit this thing with. And then we're also going to use this as a boost into the high gain input of the Butcher, because right now we're running into the low gain input, so we're basically using that as a clean platform. So here is our sound with the pedal turned off. So, as you can tell, pretty clean. Let's go ahead and kick the SENDER on. So as you can tell, it's pretty fuzzed out in this top voicing. In the middle voicing, it's kind of like an in-between of the bottom and the top. So you get a little bit more of that top end grind, and you get the thickness of the fuzz. And on the bottom, we have full on diode clipping. This actually lowers the volume quite a bit, but it pumps the gain up significantly. So, I mean, if you kind of think of the bottom as more of like a rat style distortion and you think of the top as more of a muff style fuzz, you're gonna be going in the right direction. So, yeah, let's try to riff around on this for a minute. I am using currently a 7-string Alex Wade signature LTD with Duncan Blackwinter pickups. But my knowledge of 7-string riffs is really, really limited, so we're gonna switch off of this thing. We're gonna move over to the Balaguer. But real quick before we do that, here's the pedal in the middle position, just so you can see how it does the fuzz thing a little bit. And finally in the top position where it's basically just full on muffled ridiculousness. So yeah, if you're going with single coils, some single coils with some higher output, that might be the one for you in order to tame that single coil brightness and still get that kind of thick muffled fuzz. But we're gonna move over to the 6-string now. Alright guys, so I now have my Balaguer Espada with the stock evergreen pickups in it. These are kind of like a hot PAF style thing, and I just dropped my pick, so great. So honestly, on this pedal, I'm liking the middle mode the most so far. I think that this sounds really cool, and this is the type of tone that I would generally probably go for. But we have this butcher dialed in real bright right now. Let's pull some of those highs out. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna turn on a little bit of an overdrive, and I'm gonna play a little riff, and then I'm gonna kick in the fuzz as like my kind of like big chorus type of tone. So it's a little grungier, it's not as thick as the top mode, but it's not as saturated and thin as the bottom mode. And honestly, for the type of stuff that I want to play, I really like Citizen and Super Heaven. I think that that middle setting is just perfect, especially when you're kind of comparing it or combining it with a little bit of overdrive. That makes for just a big, thick, but a still audible sound. It's not ridiculous over the top fuzz. I really like that middle setting for my own personal use. Let's check out the bottom setting real quick. And this is, again, is gonna be quieter because of that diode clipping. I'm gonna turn that overdrive off. And this is gonna kind of give you, like I said, that like rat style distortion. So yeah, a little bit more of that 80s style distortion. I'm gonna turn that off because it's creating some noise, but we are now gonna put this into the high gain input of the Butcher, and we are going to basically dial it like you would dial an overdrive or a boost in front of an amp in order to get a gain boost from it. We're gonna stick it in this middle position here, volume all the way up, gain all the way down. Here is the tone going into the high input. Sometimes I forget how good this amp sounds going straight in, but here we go. Sender is on. We've got lots of noise. Dial our gate up a little bit. So yeah, it still has that really thick, really kind of broken, saturated style of clipping. Sounds massive. Let's flip it into the up position. Again, pedal off. Pretty normal sounding distortion, and kick the pedal on. If you were going for like that super droney, super fuzzed out type of tone, this boosting something like a Butcher or an 800, which is something that would probably be pretty common in that type of music, would work perfectly. Last but not least, let's check it in the bottom mode where we've got the diode clipping. Yeah, it kind of adds that like tubby, lower mid, kind of almost like a cocked wah sound, but the mids are a little bit lower than that. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me today on the Sender, again, by Fuzz Imp. Thank you to Justice for sending this out to me. He did not expect a video out of it, but I figured I would try it on screen here with you guys. I know my riffs were really limited, but I don't play fuzz much, so I'm looking to expand my playing moving forward as I mess around with these pedals more, but hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to pick this pedal up, they are 149 bucks. I will put the link down in the description of this video. These are all handmade by Justice himself here in the United States. So you're supporting an awesome small business by buying this pedal. And let me know your guys' thoughts. What did you think about the tones I was able to get out of it? Do you have any tips or any riffs that you guys think that I should play in future fuzz pedal style videos? Let me know down in the comments. Really curious to hear what you guys thought. As always, if you want to support the channel, down in the description are all my affiliate links, including Sweetwater and Zounds. Anything you guys click on down there greatly helps the channel move forward. Or you can add your name to this list of incredible people by joining my Patreon community and supporting the channel that way, because everything that you guys put in to the Patreon goes back into the channel, and I really appreciate it. And I'll love you forever. Thanks so much for watching today, Thanks so much for watching today, guys. Kyle here again. We'll see you next time.